Keep trekking. It's not just a channel, it's an adventure. So get your boats on and come with us. It's worth the journey, experiencing a local landscape, breathing the air this ancient land has to offer. So get your boats on and let's go.
Welcome to Keep Trekking, welcome back if there's been a foot. Today we're in a wee village of Harley, near the Wentworth estate in Rotherham. Well, it comes under Rotherham, it's more or less practically into Ireland, which is in Barnsley, but we're starting off in the car park of a small park and we're going to head up towards the bell ground and then up to a church with a very important grave of a writer, a screenwriter and a filmmaker, and then we're going to head back round towards Oiland Common and then back round to Harley. So come with me on a journey, let's go.
Harley is a small hamlet in the parish of Wentworth, which is situated a mile further up the road. Its approximately population is 1,200 people. A beautiful village and well worth a wee trip on your travels. The Horseshoe in Harley is a focal point for the whole village. It was built in the early 20th century. The adjacent shop at the side was once the local post office. The Harley Mission Rooms is run by a trust. It's the local village hall that caters for the elderly as well as the young alike. The lack of local transport, this is a must for the village.
So a wee bit on the windy side today, so I hope you can hear me. Got my microphone on but no muffler unfortunately. Just walking up Harley Road out to the wee village of Harley. But how nice is that sign for a wee village? Isn't that gorgeous?
As I headed out of the village, I headed up to the very busy Sheffield Road.
Just crossed the very busy A6135 Sheffield Road that takes you from Barnsley into Rotherham through Ireland. We're going into Tankersley Park now. This is called Black Lane. That's where we're heading up towards the bell ground. The Tankersley Park's quite big. It's got some nice things to see hopefully. They make a change, won't it?
I headed westwards on Black Lane. Next I came to a railway bridge.
The line above me is the Hallam line. Obviously runs from Sheffield towards Barnsley, and after that I'm not quite sure. No train at the moment, which is a shame. But nice bit of graffiti. That's Nest Q or something, I don't know. Unfortunately no train. Let's move on.
I came to a sign that says Transpennine Trail. I followed it west for a short period of time.
When I started this trail a way back, it was overcasty, windy, and now the sun's out. We've got some blue skies. And wind's dropped. And I've left my shades in the car. Ah well. This is part of the Transpennine Trail, one of the little footpaths that leads you from old rail lines to rail lines. Still Black Lane, which seems to never end, but it's a lovely day. We're not getting many of these, are we? It's just nice to be out again. Well, I'm not going to rant on too much and speak my usual spiel, usual rubbish, but I really want to thank Solitary Rambler for giving me a massive shout out for this channel. it has really helped me out in one way or another. But thank you very much, and that's all I'm going to say on that subject, because I don't want to keep rambling on about it, and if he's watching, get bored of his name being Spock, but it is much appreciated. Thank you all very much. Solitary Rambler, like I say, if you've not checked that channel, I suggest you do it. It's amazing, really is. One of the best YouTubers out there.
Tankersley Old Hall was built in the late 16th century by the Saville family. It fell into disuse and was dismantled between 1720s and 1730s. The stone and timber was reused for a number of buildings, including the farmhouse which stands next door. In 1727, Daniel Defoe, the writer of Robinson Crusoe, passed through this way and saw the hall on his tour of England. The farmhouse next door, where some of the timber and stone was used from the old hall.
I think these are a lovely touch, me. These little honesty boxes. We've got cold drinks, jams and drinks, dog treats, eggs. I think that's absolutely wonderful to see these wee things on trails.
I continued on Black Lane on a north-westerly direction until I came to my next destination.
Tankersley Old Hall, as you've heard, got so much history. Most people don't even know it's there, and that's a crying shame, to be fair. Crying shame for us, not particularly them that live next door to it, but it's a nice wee cottage. But for those historians and people like me that just love history, I think it's beautiful how they've still kept the remains, and it was used in a very famous film, which I'll explain in a bit.
I soon came to the underpass that led me under the very busy M1 motorway. I came out to the other side. I really wish I'd got my shades on today. The sun was blinding. And I also managed to get me plane in shot. Just wouldn't be a Jay's video, would it? Soon came to St Peter's Church at Tankersley.
St Peter's Church here at Tankersley. It was recorded in the Domesday Book of 1086. There's a church actually standing on this site. There's a medieval stone that's built into one of the aisles, but the oldest part still standing is this section at the back of me, which is 12th century. Beautiful wee church, to be honest. It's one of the oldest churches in this area. Beautiful church. But I'm not come to see the church today. I've come to see a grave. Who's ever read the book A Kestrel for a Knave, or seen the film Kes? Kes was actually based on that book. Barry Hines, local fella from Oil Common, just across the way here. Fantastic writer and film producer. He also did a few more different films about the local area. One about the coal industry and the decline of, I think it's called The Price of Coal. Amazing guy. There's a wee statue in Barnsley Town Centre to this fella. It's got Kes on the top holding a kestrel. It's an amazing film. I think it was filmed in 1969. all built around this area, based around this area. Getting back to Tankersley Old Hall, if you've ever seen the film, Kez one Sunday, Saturday morning, coming out to the woods and sees a kestrel nest up on top of an old building, and he climbs up and the farmer comes out and he asks him questions about the bird and the nest and things. Well, that's where it was filmed. I'm going to leave this fella in peace. He's one of the truly greatest writers of our time, and especially a local fella, and I can relate to him and the areas that he filmed in. He's done more films, but they're the main ones. I think it's called The Price of Coil, and obviously Kez. I'm going to leave him in peace.
Once I left the graveside, I just took one more admiration for the beautiful church that stands in front of me. St. Peter's, beautiful, as I continue back down the track to carry on with my journey. As I head back to the cottage, I took a path to my left, opened the gate and made sure that I shut the gate behind me. Always make sure you close the gates when walking through. I continued through the woods for a short time.
Oh, it's so nice to be back in woods again. Bell Ground Woods, these are called. Really nice, lovely wooded area. The path ain't too sketchy. We've not had no real rain for a couple of days, so it's not too bad. It's so peaceful. Oh well, I could still hear the M1 in the distance and me chanting. Can't hear any birds out, but it's so peaceful. Oh, it's just lovely to be back in woods with nature. It's nature, as we know. It's just wonderful, isn't it? This Belground Wood borders the Fitzwilliam Wentworth estates. Obviously Wentworth not far from where I started, and Wentworth Woodhouse is just a wee bit further up. But this is just beautiful. Oh, it's so nice to be peaceful.
The trail got narrower, but still beautiful to walk on and not sketchy underfoot. I soon came to a junction of paths. I chose to take the path to my left. This brought me to a bivvy that somebody had constructed in the woods. Really good construction, to be fair. Quite impressed.
So just come out to the woods. That's part of the new Every distribution centre they've built. It's absolutely massive. That's just the back of it. It goes for a good quarter mile that direction that I'm facing, and beyond it's huge. That's Ireland. Like I said, that's just two of the buildings, the back end of them, and they're massive. They've altered out road system that leads from Wentworth back to Ireland just to cater for those. This new factory they've built, Every distribution hub.
Came to a stile which I crossed, which led me at the side of the new construction and a farm to my right hand side. And finally got my sheep. Fantastic. Plain and sheep. Just another Jay's video.
One thing you must do when you come out on a trek, Jay, is take bull bit horns. The bull in the field represents this place, the farm shop here at Ireland, Parkside, and Kerry's House of Flowers. In front of me is the new road layout here on Sheffield Road. You can see where the tree line is in front of me. Let me zoom in for you. Where that tree line is and that sign just above it is where the old road used to come down and then meet this road at the back of me. But it's made to accommodate these buildings, what we were talking about earlier, the every distribution centre. Now it goes quite a distance that way. Let me zoom back out. It goes quite a way that way. But I'm walking down back down this way. This is the old road. But the new road sort of goes that direction to your right hand side and up, instead of going straight across where it used to be. But I'll go down this way to find my public footpath to take me back across towards Harley.
I passed the entrance to the farm shop, which unfortunately was closed today. Just fancied a hot roast pork sandwich. Across the road I could see my public footpath that I needed to be on. First I had to negotiate this very busy Sheffield road. I waited for my opportunity and finally managed to cross. I crossed a field with the hedgerow on my left hand side. At the end of the field I came to another track that led me to an easterly direction. Eventually came to a break in the hedgerow. I followed the path to my right and this led me across an open field towards some woods in the distance. Before I reached the woods, I went through a cornfield. This field was massive. Wouldn't like to think I was harvesting this one.
This is Skyers Spring Wood. It's quite dense, although the camera's making it look light. It's pretty dark in here, to be fair. To say it's not that late in the afternoon, it's quite dark and dreary, very dense. Skyers Spring Wood. Heading back towards Harley now. There's loads of different trails through here you can do. I've never been in these woods before, so it's always a good adventure when you've been to somewhere that you've never been before. Like I say, it's very dense. You can't do no wild camping in here. Even if you wanted to. It's nice to be at woods again though. I love being at woods. Not weirded out, just peaceful. This is called Stead Lane. I'm heading up that direction. It's just a wee trail that, well, wee road that runs through the middle of the woods, to be honest. I think it's more like a trail that's been paved for some reason. Probably for the forestry. There's a wee wall just there. Now I don't know what that's for. But it runs all the way on. So I wonder if there's something to do with the railway maybe. Who knows? Bit of a dumping ground. Tyres and things. It's not good. Yeah, that wee wall. No idea what that's holding back. Surely we'll find out shortly. You know something? I think I might know what that wee wall is. I've got a feeling this is something to do with one of the old pits. I'm just looking across there. There's remains of old buildings, brickwork, open space, plenty up there. I'm wondering if this is something to do with the old pits. And then obviously there's a fenced area there. I'm wondering if that might have been an old shaft, you know. I've had a look on maps, I can't see what pit used to be here. But being in Barnsley, or the area of, and looking down, remains of old buildings and things, and then obviously over there in the wee wall. I'm wondering if this used to be part of the old pit. Anybody knows any information, please drop us a comment, because I didn't know there was a pit here, but doesn't mean there weren't one. It's tried to rain as well. Never mind, I've got my waterproof and I'm not made of chocolate, I'll not melt. But I'm wondering if this were part of an old pit. Anybody knows, drop us a comment below. Curious.
I continued on Stead Lane for about 300-400 yards. I eventually came to a yard full of wagons. I walked through the yard and came to the very busy Sheffield Road once again. I came out opposite H&M Cars, Barnsley, and followed the Sheffield Road past Lidget Garage until I eventually came to Broadcar Lane. I headed along Broadcar Lane for about 200 yards. I came to my footpath on my right hand side and followed the path down towards the woods at the bottom. In the distance I could see the church at Wentworth, Holy Trinity Church, which was consecrated on the 31st of July 1877. I passed a field on my left hand side where the guys was harvesting. Following the path, I came to a small trail that led me through an edge. I looked across at the field and you could see the bales where they'd already harvested, gone through the harvester and come out as bales. Either that or they have big rabbits in this area.
Nearly back in the village of Harley. A Harley dyke at the side of me, just down there. It's just a wee stream really, side of the field where there was harvesting. So I'm coming back in, I'm just at the back of the houses and the main road, Harley Road, where I started this trail today. So I'm not a million miles back. It's been a lovely trail, this one. They always are, aren't they? But I didn't think there was going to be much to talk about, to be honest. The Harley dyke there, love. Love it. Didn't think there was going to be much to talk about. I just thought it was going to be a trek, hard, get my legs moving and a bit to do, but not really. There was quite a bit to talk about. These are dangerous. Look at these. They're spiky, aren't they? Where were I? Yeah, so there was quite a bit to talk about on that one. Quite happy. It's been a lovely trail. So I'm nearly back into the village, so I'll catch you when I get back, and I'll see you there. Before we're back at the car park, I was a bit worried, to be honest, because I asked the lady when I went earlier from here, I says, do they lock this car park up? And she says, yeah, they lock it up at 6. Well, between 5:30 and 6 o'clock. I'm in plenty of time. It's not even 5 o'clock yet. But excuse me, I was just worried that car park was going to be locked. I won't be able to get my car back. But I'm here. Got my car. Car park don't shut for another hour and 15 minutes, an hour and 10 minutes. So I'm going to leave the video here. When we get back, sort myself out and have some scran. It's been a lovely trek, this one. And beautiful Sunday. My arms have even got brown. Makes a change. So I'm going to leave it here. So it's J Art. Keep trekking. Trek on. Till next time. I'll see you. Ta-da. Enjoyed that one.